So this month for our June cooking class for the Empower and Al program, we're going to be making some recipes that are really like breakfast for dinner. And I've got an assistant here today that's helping me, Lorna Weston, right?
Right.
All right. Hi. So we're going to be making easy protein bagel recipe that uses only a few ingredients. It's just really Greek yogurt and flour and some baking powder. I guess salt is the fourth ingredient, right? Yeah. And then we're also going to be making egg muffins. And you can make egg muffins with a number of different ingredients. So we're going to make some that have ham. We're going to make some that don't have ham. And we're going to add some other vegetables into there. We're going to top it off with a little cheese. And then we're going to serve that along with a salad. All right. So we're going to start with let's start with our bagels first, and then our egg muffins second. The bagels are going to need the oven set at 375. All right. And so we are going to need a mixing bowl. You're also going to need a work surface because we're going to take it out of the mixing bowl and we're going to be mixing it up a little with our fingers. All right. And then you're going to need some type of a cooking sheet, either that you sprayed with a little oil or rubbed a little oil on there so it doesn't stick, or I've got a silicone mat that helps it not stick. Okay. And so our ingredients for this are really just a cup of regular flour. And then this does work with gluten-free flour, by the way, also. All right. And then so Lorna, you can dump that. Let's measure it out. All right. Let's measure out a cup. You really want to be kind of exact with this. All right. So I'm going to hold this and you can pour the flour into that measure. And there might be some left over in there for extra. So, yeah. That looks like pretty much a measuring cup worth. All right. Keep a little extra flour on the side because you're going to need it. All right. To kind of mix it up. And you're going to want some type of a good spoon to flour with. All right. The next things that we're going to do, we're going to be adding our other dry ingredients. So we've got 2 teaspoons of just regular baking powder. So you can go ahead and dump that in. And we're also going to add about a half a teaspoon of regular salt or 3/4 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. The kosher salt is like a little thicker grain. So, but we're going to just add, oh, careful, don't spill it, right in there. Half a teaspoon of regular salt. And then, Lorna, you're going to do a good job of mixing up those dry ingredients. So go ahead, mix that. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to add the Greek yogurt. All right. And very important, it needs to be plain Greek yogurt, non-fat. If you use low fat or full fat, it will not work. It will just be too sticky. So we're going to make sure that you're using non-fat, plain Greek yogurt. And you're just going to need 1 cup. So I'm going to measure that out. All right.
Smells good too.
Smells good. It's going to smell better once it's cooking in the oven. So, all right, Lorna, I'm going to go ahead and you're going to dump this in and I'm going to get started mixing it and then you're going to finish mixing it. So give that a good dump. That's the yogurt. Very good. All right. And then we're going to mix this up. Now, it should look like kind of like sticky Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Just get that like that there. And so
it's a little, yeah.
the dough looks a little crumbly. All right. And so we'll make a stain here on our work surface. And so that's going to be our extra flour that we've got just in case we need it. All right. And so this is looking, I've got this under the other camera. It's kind of, we're going to need that in a second. So little crumbly. You want to try to get all of the little pieces of flour mixed in, right? So that it's into a ball.
Yeah.
So see how it's kind of like almost forming a ball now. Okay, and it does kind of stick to the spoon. So you just can use your fingers. And now the trick is you're gonna get this all in one big ball.
Yeah.
And before you put it on your work surface. You're going to take a little flour and sprinkle it on your work surface, just like that. All right. And your fingers will have a little flour. And then you're going to take the ball and you're just going to knead it back and forth. Fold it over, knead it, knead it. Yep. Lorna, you can go ahead and just kind of knead it with both of your fingers. Very good.
It's like dough.
It's like dough. That's right. Very good. I think that looks pretty good. You don't want it too sticky. Okay. All right. But you really want to get it mixed up very well. And that looks pretty good. All right. So now watch out. Now I got to take the knife off. All right.
Well, Cassie, but that's okay.
So now we're going to take, if you feel like it's too sticky, you can just add a little more flour and knead it back and forth. All right. Yep. And thank you. All right. Now,
Too sticky.
no, not anymore. That's good. That's good. All right. Great. And now you need a big, you need a big knife. Ready? We're going to just take this and we're going to take our ball of dough and we're going to take a big knife, watch your fingers, and we're going to cut it into 4 pieces.
Yeah.
So cut it in half and
Just
then cut
not
each.
sure to do that, guys.
Okay. Now we're going to take each one of those and we're going to roll them into a snake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
making them.
you can do it right over the board. Roll it like into a long tube.
Do it.
All right.
Mine is
Kind of like a long steak. And then you can kind of form that into a circle. Okay. So here, I'll help you. And then we're going to move that onto our cookie sheet. Okay. So the other way you can do it is you can just roll it into a ball and you can stick your finger through the middle of it and kind of make a circle that way. Okay. And that works also. So why don't you roll that one into a ball and then try to stick your finger in it and make it all kind of like a bagel, shaped like a bagel. Don't squish it too much. All right. And actually you can make these into any shape you want. Like you could turn them into pretzels instead of bagels, or you could turn them into rolls. It's your choice. All right, Lorna, let's see if we can get this off your fingers. Wow. Pretty sticky.
Really sticky.
Yeah. So just roll it into a ball.
What are my hands showing?
Okay. And then we're going to just stick a finger through the middle of it and turn that into a bagel. All right. And so we're going to just take a break and we're going to wash our hands fast. So come on over here, Lorna.
My hands are sticky, so.
Yeah. All right. And now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to just coat our bagels, make the topping. All right, so we're going to move them. Okay, so we've got our bagels now. And now what we have is a little, just an egg white in a bowl.
Yeah.
And we're going to just paint that on top.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I do too?
Yep, you can do it. Go ahead and paint the bagels.
Paint, paint.
There you go.
Paint, paint, paint.
And this one over here.
Yep.
And then you can sprinkle your choice of toppings on. So you could keep it plain, or we're going to use everything bagel seasoning on it. And that's going to come next. So we're just going to sprinkle a little of this on. It comes out a little fast.
Yeah. Can I do it too?
Yeah, just right on top.
I'm trying to not do it too much.
Not too much, and just right on top of the bagel. If you didn't want to do this, you could also do like Asiago cheese or Parmesan cheese, sesame seeds. Yeah, so there's lots of different things. All right, and these are ready to go into the oven. So we're gonna put this in 375. They are gonna bake for about 20 to 25 minutes, okay? All right.
All right. And don't
we're gonna go. Yes. We're gonna go on to our next recipe. So our next recipe is our egg muffins. All right. So you need a bowl.
Yep.
Okay. And we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using a big.
And my friend, I want to show you for my for grand cooking class. Yeah.
All right. So we need now some eggs. So our eggs are right here. And we're going to be cracking 6 eggs into our bowl. All right.
Yep.
Because we're going to be making 6 egg muffins. So basically, however many that you need, eggs is equivalent to the egg muffins. All right. So crack those in. 1. And if a shell gets in there, the trick is to wet your finger with a little water.
Yeah.
Or you can use the one of the eggshells to scoop out some of the shell.
Oops.
Okay, we're gonna grab that. All right.
And a little messy with the egg.
That's okay. Or
Yeah.
grab one more.
Grab one more.
And we got 4 in there. We need 2 more. That's 5. And yours is. Get it? Yep. Oh gosh. Okay, we'll clean that up. All right. All right. So we're just gonna clean up our little spilled egg here. No problem.
No problem, guys. No problem.
Okay. And then yep, got it. Got it. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be making 2 of these with ham. So I've got boiled ham that I've cut the slice in half. We're just gonna tuck that into the muffin tin. All right. And then the other 4 that we're gonna make are not gonna have ham. So you're just neatly tucking this in so that it forms its own cup.
Okay. Guys.
And then we're gonna whisk up our eggs. You can just use a fork.
Yeah, or you want the 2. Let's do it short.
All right. And so you can also add anything that you want into this. You could start with salsa. You could add, we're gonna have like some chopped green peppers that I've chopped up that are gonna go into the base of this. And then we're going to top it off with a little shredded cheese. You can also add a little salt and pepper. So Lorna, give that a gentle stir. I'm just gonna get the cheese.
But more sure to mix it, guys.
Yep.
Right.
And so I'm gonna add a little diced green pepper into the bottom of all of these. You always want to add the vegetables into the bottom, not the top. It just will cook much better. Okay.
Yep.
And, all right. So we've got our pepper in there, and now we're gonna gently pour the egg in. Yeah. And 2.
More sure than yummy.
I think we short 1 egg because we cracked an egg and lost it. So we're gonna add 1 more. The lost egg on the counter. So we'll whip this up. And pour that in.
Yep.
And we're good. Okay, now the next thing is to add the cheese. I'm gonna add a little shredded cheese on top. Okay, you can also add salt and pepper. And I'm gonna do this just because don't want to miss the cups. So I'm just gonna add like probably about a tablespoon or so of shredded cheese onto the top of each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try to not sell it.
Right. We're not spilling it. We're just going to keep it right in the muffin tins as best we can. All right. And then this is going to bake at 350. So if you have we're going to make the salad next. That's right. So I have a second oven going on at 350. So we're going to put this in the second oven. And this is going to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay.
The next one, what the next one is going to be?
So the next thing that we're going to make is our salad. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So we've got our diced pepper that we had also from the eggs, right? And then we're going to be adding in some arugula, so you can dump that into the bowl. All right, right in there.
If you want to use your fingers, that's okay.
Okay, use your fingers. That's right.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to add some baby greens. We have like a spring mixer, so I'm going to add a couple of big handfuls right here. You can grab this one. All right, grab like maybe one more. All right, we're going to make salad for 4 people. Perfect. All right. Now, Lorna is going to just use a potato peeler or a carrot shredder, and you're going to just make ribbons into the salad. Can you do that?
And that mommy says, I not do it.
Okay, so watch your hands. Just start right in the middle of the carrot. Very good peeling.
And if you're doing your hands, that's not good.
Yep. And just add some nice color to our salad, right? Okay. Ooh, that's okay. And I'm just gonna also show you another way that you can use the carrot peelers. You can go back and forth.
Yeah.
And it goes really fast. So it's almost like scrubbing the carrot. So I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna try that.
You can break it.
So really it's nice and fast, all right?
Yeah. Just not use it.
So we've got so far our arugula and our spring mix in there, right? We're shredding our carrot in there. That looks nice and pretty. And then Lorna,
sugary.
Yep, we've got this red cabbage that we're gonna add. Lorna's gonna dump in some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. Go ahead, and we're gonna mix in the rest of our green pepper in there. That is a nice colorful salad so far. But even more, what we're gonna do is we're gonna shred a little red cabbage in here. So we've got our red cabbage, okay? And same thing, we're just going to use the same tool that we peeled our carrot with, and you can just shred a little red cabbage in there, and it just adds a nice fine shred into the salad. All right. All right. Nice.
That's yummy.
All right, perfect. All right, so we've got our salad made, okay? And our bagels are in the oven, right? And our egg muffins are in the oven, and we will be back as soon as they are finished. All right. So I think we'll just keep this recording for a second. All right, and let's just clean up while there's things. Are you eating the rest of the carrot? Is it good?
See you later.
We're still on, but we're just gonna edit that out. So, all right, let's clean up our counter so we can get our final stuff out. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Smells like it's baking. Let's take a peek. Ooh, they're rising. Ooh. I think I can pause. Okay. Pause the Zoom. All right. So we have now had everything come out of the oven. So we've got our bagels that really smell delicious. They are they rose in the oven and they're nice and golden brown on the top. They're nice and soft. And we're gonna, which one are you gonna take? That one? All right, we're gonna put that on a plate. They smell so good with the everything bagel seasoning. And then our egg muffins also rose in the oven and they look like that. And so we've got our 2 ham ones. This one overflowed just a little bit, but that's okay. And then we've got our one of our eggs that we just popped out already. Wait a minute, we're gonna wait a minute. All right. And so what we're gonna do for this breakfast for dinner is we're gonna kind of taste everything here. So we're gonna cut our bagel in half. We've got our egg muffin in half, and we're gonna serve salad. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little of your salad. Yeah. Yep. Here we go. We're gonna put it on the screen right there. And there we go.
See, it's yummy.
Yep. And then we've got our egg muffin.
Salad.
Okay. And you want to use a fork? All right. And you wanted a little ranch on yours? Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so we're gonna give this a taste test now. So I'm gonna taste the egg muffin first. And this is a great protein source. Easy snack for the next day. Yum. And then it goes along with our easy protein bagels. So yummy. And then we've got our vegetables from our salad. Right? And this is a super fun breakfast for dinner. Or you can also serve it for lunch, or you can turn it into breakfast, right? And there you go. And so happy June. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.